perfect mess is my perfect mess. Perfect mess is my perfect mess.
What's up, everybody? This is Ray Molina, and I am your host with the Perfect Mess Podcast, and this is episode 14. So, I'm going to start doing a series of podcasts that are shorter than most. I'm going to try and hold them to about 15 minutes, just so I can get some things that don't necessarily need a full-length podcast. Because I think there's just a lot of things that can be basically hit in a short amount of time and get the point across and get the point out there. And then gives you guys time to go on and do, what you do throughout the day and whatnot. And it helps me continue to grow this thing on a regular basis. So episode 14, I'm going to keep it short. This episode is basically about doing hard things first. Doing hard things when you don't necessarily want to do hard things. And what I'm getting at that is most of the time we get up, we, start our day or whatnot. There are probably some things on our plate that we don't necessarily want to attack. You know what I mean? We don't want to attack certain things. They're not something that we're looking forward to. So we procrastinate. We keep putting it off. We keep, avoiding it. And I mean anything, whether it be something at work, something if it's fitness related, maybe you don't want to run, maybe you don't want to exercise, maybe you don't want to lift, you don't want to do anything like that. Family, maybe it's something going on with your family that you got to hit head on, and you just want to avoid it. Or that it's just like a tough conversation that you got to have with your kids or someone, or whoever. There's just a lot of things that I know for myself that I had a really bad habit of trying to avoid. And as I've gotten older, as I've, progressed on my journey and tried to get better at life and the things that I feel like I'm really not strong at, I've just learned to just do the things that I don't want to do, the things that I dread, the things that aren't necessarily fun, and come with, maybe some stress, maybe some heartache, maybe some pain, to be honest. So I've gotten accustomed to start doing that. And one of the small things, for instance, I'll give you an example. So one of the small things, just to kind of kick this thing off, one of the small things I like to do now is I try to find a way to squeeze my fitness in throughout my day, whether it be walking to the store when I can drive there, or biking to somewhere that I can actually drive, or just anything. Instead of taking the elevator, I take the stairs. Little things like that. I try to make those things happen every time they pop up during my day. And more recently, a couple days ago, I had to take my car to the mechanic to get my brakes repaired. And this was the second time I had to go to the mechanic, but because they had fixed my rear brakes, but my front brakes were the ones that were actually being, the major problem. So what I did was, as most of you know, I'm homeschooling my kids now, as a lot of you guys are. If you have kids, we're homeschooling. So I shot over to the house, hung out for a little bit, made sure the kids were on their Zoom meetings and up and running. And then I checked with their mom if she was going to be there for a little while, because I had to take my car to drop it off to the mechanic. And the mechanic's a little over a mile and a half from the house. So I drove there, and I made the decision of, hey, I could take an Uber back, or I could do a up-tempo walk. And yeah, it was hot and whatnot, but I needed to make sure I got my exercise in. Most of you guys know, if you follow me, I'm on a program called 75 Hard, and we have to work out outside at least once a day for 45 minutes. So I took this opportunity to do that. So I dropped my car off at the mechanic, and I was going to call an Uber. Right when I got him, gave my keys, I was like, all right, grab my phone. I'm just going to call an Uber, and that's when I made the decision to go for the walk. It was hot, but it was fine. I actually look forward to doing stuff like that now. So it was cool. I walked, sent out a couple of emails while I was walking. I did a little 90 seconds of inspiration video that you guys have probably heard. I recorded one of those for the Instagram. And I just kind of made it to where I enjoyed the walk, and made getting some exercise, quote unquote, a little bit more interesting. And I took the opportunity. So I did a mile and a half, got to the house, and later on in the afternoon, I had my boys, and I was going to get ready to go to get my car again. But I gave my kids the option. I said, hey, we could catch an Uber, or we could go and walk back and get the car, and that would be our exercise, because we train every Tuesday and Thursday. And they said, will that be our training for the day? And I said, yeah, it's a mile and a half, but we got to walk up tempo, okay? And they were all for it. They said, okay, let's do it. Let's go, Dad. No Uber. And they put their shoes on, and we got out, walked out of the house, and we walked a mile and a half to go get the car. And the whole time we were having great conversations, laughing. We were just talking about the things that we were seeing. We walked by a street that I had spent some time living on in San Jose with my grandparents, and I was kind of giving a little history about that street. And we just made the best of it. And the great thing about this is my kids are to a point now where they know that I do weird stuff like that. Like, a lot of people don't do stuff like that. I just do, because I'm always trying to make sure that I'm challenging myself and not taking the easy road on anything. So I pride myself on being very uncomfortable at all times and always trying to go hard and do different things. And they're getting better at doing that with me, because they're just so used to seeing me do that. So when we got to the car, they were proud of them. They were proud of themselves. We got in the car, and I rewarded them. I took them. I said, look, you guys didn't complain one time. And I gave them the option to go get some boba or get a scoop of ice cream. I always say a scoop because I showed them. They used to think a scoop of ice cream was a little bit, and then I showed them. When we used to go to 31 Flavors, I would show them. I said, watch the lady. It's actually 2.5 scoops, because they try to fill that cup. So she fills the cup about two and a half times. So I said, you're actually getting more than a scoop of ice cream. So now I've got them convinced that, hey, a scoop of ice cream is the way to go, not this big old huge cup of ice cream. So, but anyways, we went and got them some ice cream, and they enjoyed it. But the great thing is, this happens with everything now. Everything that we're doing, they just get it. We just do things the hard way. We take things on that we don't necessarily want to, but we just do it. And we try to find the silver lining in everything. I did that today as well. Sorry for the pause. It's a tough topic for me to address, but today I had an opportunity to avoid something that is going to happen and is inevitable and is not going to go away. It's just not. And that is having to talk with my kids, with their mom included, about her dating now, and them meeting this person, and how that's going to go, and explaining to them that they have one mommy and they have one daddy. That doesn't change, but explaining that this is going to happen, and it's just something that we have to talk about and we have to get through. And once we get through it, we're going to make small adjustments as we go, because I'm sure it's not going to be smooth. And I will be very, very transparent with you guys. When it came up, I shot it down again. I said, not during COVID. That's not their circle of friends. It's not smart. And I said, no, it's just not good timing. And to be honest with you, I sat back after that, after I sent the message back. I prayed. I worked out. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to go. I called my friend Trey, and I had a talk with him. I said, what do you suggest? And he's like, man, you always say, dude, hit everything head on. And I feel like this is something that you just got to do. Like, it's not going away. You have to do it. This is a talk you're going to have with your kids. And it's something that you're going to have to deal with. They're going to have to deal with. And at some point when you are in a relationship, you're going to have that talk again. And he was right. I had to hit it head on. And again, this has nothing to do with my past marriage. It has everything to do with my children and having them understand that another person being around doesn't mean things change. It doesn't mean that this person takes over or nothing. It just means that this is the companion of your mother, and I'm still your father, she's still your mom, and that's who takes care of you, and that is just her companion. And I made sure to word it correctly. So I hit it head on. I picked my kids up. We went for a run. We did a little run walk. I kind of talked to them a little bit, asked them if they had any questions about me and mom and our relationship and whatnot. And they didn't. They were just more, and I prepared them that we were going to have a talk, and that it was going to be a big boy talk. And they said, okay, what is it about? And I said, it's just something that we kind of touched on a few months back, but now we're going to really have the talk. So when we were done, we got back, and when their mom got home, I said, hey, it's probably time we have the talk. And we did. And she asked me, should we talk first before? And I'm like, no, it's pretty straightforward. I wasn't going to I wasn't going to make this difficult for them. And I wasn't going to make it difficult for her. I said, hey, it's straightforward. They can be here and we can just get it out there. So I sat them down on the grass and we talked. I said, basically, remember the conversation we had about mommy and daddy and our relationship? And they said, yeah, about being divorced. I said, right. Well, we're here now. You have an opportunity. You asked me about hiking, but tomorrow you actually have an opportunity to meet this person. Mommy actually has a boyfriend now. It's not a friend. It's a boyfriend. I don't want you guys to feel weird if you see mommy sitting with someone, see mommy holding hands or anything like that. But I also want you to understand that you have one daddy, you have one mommy, and they're sitting right in front of you. And we love you. And if you feel uncomfortable about anything, please let us know. But that's where we're at now. And I feel like you guys are old enough to understand. You do know that we are friends, but you also we're in a situation now where this is what it's going to be, guys, and we got to just kind of hit it head on. And I want you guys to feel comfortable. If you have any questions, any concerns, anything that makes you mad, anything, if you're curious or whatever, the door's always open. You can talk to me. You can talk to Mom. And I'll be honest with you guys. This isn't easy for me. All right, it's not. But it's something that we have to talk about. It's something that we have to address. As much as I don't want to talk about this, it's here, and it's not going away. Okay, so you have an opportunity. I feel like you guys deserve to have the right to not go hiking and go with Mommy to this birthday party and meet this person, and go from there. It's your call. It's your decision. But at some point, it's going to happen, boys. So I don't want to make you guys do anything you don't want to do. But also, you just need to understand. And I want you to be respectful. And I want you to be polite like we've raised you. But I also want you to understand that you can ask anything. Okay? And if you're not comfortable, just say it. Just speak up. Okay? I love you. We love you. But I want you to understand. And also, guys, at some point, there's going to come a time somewhere down the line when Daddy's going to find somebody. Daddy's going to find somebody to share his life with. And we'll have to have this talk again. But that was a hard conversation to have. Just because I can't say all fathers are like this, because I don't think all fathers are like this. But in my case, and I'm sure there are a lot of fathers who are great fathers, you always wonder if you're doing enough. Am I doing enough so my kids understand that I'm a one hell of a father, that they don't need anything else, that if they need it, they come to me. And, there's always that thing in the back of your head. I hope this person treats my kids right. I hope this person is respectful. I hope this person doesn't make me get out of character. I hope this person doesn't make me... I hope this person doesn't make me be the old person that I once was. I hope they are respectful, and I hope they know their boundaries. And those are all the things that go through our heads. If you're a good father, and if you care and love your children like I do, and if you raise them the way I do, those are all the things that go through your head. And I am at peace with God, and I know that I'm on my job. I'm on my job. I know I do what it takes to make my kids be the best kids possible, and to teach them respect, love, and how to honor their mom and me. They're kids. They mess up, but for the most part, they're fabulous kids. But I'm going to end this there. I just want you guys to know that life is better when you hit things head on, even things that you don't want to hit head on. You just hit them head on. And that's that. All right. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. God bless. This is episode 14 of the Perfect Mess Podcast. We're on Instagram at the Perfect Mess Pod and at It's Player Ray. Love you. Peace.
Perfect mess is my perfect